Welcome to Pre-Math. In this video, we have got this equation 7a plus 7 divided by a equals to square root of 98. And now we are going to find the value of a power 777 plus 1 divided by a power 777. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get started with the solution, and here is very first thing we are going to do. Let's focus on this equation, and let's focus on this radical square root of 98. And here I have copied it down, and now 98 could be broken down to 49 times 2 with the square root. And now we can break it down to square root of 49 times square root of 2. And now square root of 49 is simply 7 and then times square root of 2. So therefore this square root of 98 could be written as 7 times square root of 2. And now let's focus on the left hand side of this equation. We can see that 7 is in common. So let me go ahead and factor out 7. So we ended up with a plus 1 divided by a inside this parentheses equals to, I'm going to replace this square root of 98 by 7 times square root of 2. So let me go ahead and do that thing, 7 times square root of 2. And now let's go ahead and divide both sides by 7 on this side and 7 on this side as well. And now we can see that this 7 and 7 is gone. So we ended up a plus 1 divided by a equals to 7 and 7 is gone as well, equals to square root of 2. Let me go ahead and call this our equation number 1. And here's our next step. Let's go ahead and take a square of equation 1. And here's our equation 1. Let's go ahead and take a square on both sides, on this side and on this side as well. And now let's recall this famous identity a plus b whole square. We're going to apply on the left hand side. So this could be written as a square plus 1 divided by a square plus 2 times a times 1 divided by a equals to, on the right hand side, this square and square root, they undo each other. So we ended up with just 2. And now we can see this a and 1 divided by a, they cancel each other out. So we ended up with simply a square plus 1 divided by a square plus 2 equals to 2. So let's go ahead and subtract 2 from both sides. This is gone and this is gone as well. So we ended up with a square plus 1 divided by a square equal to 0. And now let's go ahead and move this 1 divided by a square on the other side. So therefore we got a square equal to negative 1 divided by a square. And now let's make a fraction on the left hand side by just putting a 1 underneath. And let's go ahead and cross multiply. So therefore a square times a square is going to give us a power 4 equals to negative 1. And here's our final step. Let's focus on this expression. And here I have copied it down. Now we are going to find the value of this expression. Before we do that, let's focus on this a power 777. And here I have copied it down, and we are going to manipulate this thing. This could be written as a power 1 times a power 776. And now we know that this 776 could be written as 4 times 194. So therefore a power 1 could be written as a times this. I'm going to write down a power 4 times 194. And now let's recall this power rule of exponents we are going to apply on this part. So therefore we can write this one as a times, this could be written as a power 4 and then a whole power 194. But we know that a power 4 is negative 1. So therefore I can write this thing a times, I'm going to replace this a power 4 by negative 1 power 194. And now we can see we have a negative 1 and our power is even. So that is going to give us a positive 1. So therefore we ended up with a times 1, which is equal to a. Therefore we can see that a power 777 has been simplified to simply a. Now let's go ahead and revert our focus back onto this expression. I'm going to replace this a power 777 by this a. So I can write a plus 1 divided by this becomes a as well. But we know that a plus 1 over a is square root of 2 from this equation 1. So therefore we can write this one equal to square root of 2. So thus we conclude that this a power 777 plus 1 divided by a power 777 equal to square root of 2. So thus our simplified answer turns out to be square root of 2. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.